Welcome to Modern Living. I'm Kathy Ireland. Man's best friend has become a mainstay for many families, and dogs across the United States are no longer just pets, but members of the family. CEO Jerry Coughlin is here to discuss a nutritional supplement line that fosters health, happiness, and longevity for dogs of all sizes, ages, and breeds. Welcome, Jerry.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, Jerry, could you please discuss some of the important trends in the pet industry and how they impact the dog supplement business?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think the first one is what you just mentioned. Pets have elevated from a pet to a member of the family. Right. That's happened everywhere. And that's manifested itself not only in how they're treated, but the actual amount of them. So demographically, there's upwards of 80 million dogs in the United States alone. As much as 45% of households have a dog, which is an enormous number, obviously. Mm-hmm. So those trends are very, very much in favor. The final one that I think is probably most relevant for us as a supplement company is there's a growing awareness of nutrition generally. People right. on their own health for people themselves, but an awareness to help with their pets as well. And that plays right into what we're doing. So we're hoping to capitalize on that.
And Jerry, what are the top sellers of the Canine Power nutritional supplements?
Sure. The two biggest sellers are not surprisingly aligned with probably the two biggest common ailments in dogs. Mm-hmm. One is Showstopper, which is a skin and coat product, very, very common. And the second is a product called Joint Strong, Canine Power Joint Strong, which is as the name would suggest, a supplement that's designed to help ease many of the common problems associated with joint issues.
Can you elaborate on Joint Strong?
Yeah, sure. So Joint Strong's probably, of all the products that we produce, it's one that's maybe the most obvious to see the impact. Our product does two things. The first thing we want to do is make sure we address the inflammation. So we focus on that, and we make sure that there's not only the best ingredients that are addressing the inflammation and the actives, mm-hmm. but there's enough of them that they can be effective.
I have a dog named Ellie, and she's 13 years old. And last summer, she was in a really bad place. She was having a hard time moving upstairs. She had a hard time getting it out of her crate, and she was laying around most of the day. And we were really sad because she just wasn't herself. So I gave Ellie the Joint Strong, and I have to tell you that in a week or so, she was a different dog. There was just a real difference, and I have to say that Joint Strong really helped Ellie.
I've been training dogs pretty much my whole life. At the age of 19, I became a canine officer. From there, I became an instructor for law enforcement canine. And there, our business emerged, Canine Extreme. And what I like about the puppy goal, that it's actually working at the beginning development stages of the puppy. There's a lot of products when the dog is old, when he got arthritis, when there's problems. I want something that doesn't create those problems in the future. So the better I do to make this puppy healthy now, the less problems I have later.
At Canine Extreme, we have such a wide range of dogs, everything from law enforcement to service dogs to competition dogs to breeding dogs to family dogs. And one of the reasons that we chose to start working with Canine Power is because they have such a wide variety of product that really targets the individual dog and the individual dog's needs.
We started using the Canine Powder Joint Strong about 3 months ago, and within probably about 2 weeks of using it, we began to notice a significant difference in their level of activity and their overall quality of life.
So we took Bo from a bad situation in Northwest Florida. He had no fur on his chest and he was missing patches from his back. He couldn't sleep, he was so scratchy and itchy, very uncomfortable, crying all the time. He was so swollen. You couldn't even see his little pupils in his eyes, and his feet were so swollen. And he had severe mange. But Showstopper, we'd put it on his food every day, and he loves it. He'd eat it right out of your hand if he could, but it made his coat grow in beautiful and healthy, and he just went from a naked, skinny dog to a beautiful, full-coated dog.
I've been doing animal therapy and training for over 30 years. A couple of the products we use from Canine Power is Joint Strong and Go Dog. Phenomenal products. Max has what's known as hip dysplasia. He also has bad arthritis. Gary suggested his product and it worked wonders. He's acting more like a puppy and less like an old man. So.
Jerry, Canine Power is a family-owned and operated business. How has that impacted the way that you operate business?
Sure. Well, family-owned families have their own set of dynamics, as you know, but I think the first thing that was critical to us is that We know each other very well, and we're all dog lovers, right? So this was a business about trying to help dogs, and with a mission to do just that. And we know that everybody that's part of this is fully on board with that mission, and they have been their whole lives, and we know that because we've known them our whole lives. The second thing I think is probably more relevant from a business perspective is being family owned, we don't have any outside stakeholders. We don't have anybody else that influences our decisions. We are going to continue to do what we've always done. We're going to spend whatever it takes to make a really high quality product, because I don't have to produce margins for an outside shareholder. It's just us. And that's probably been the most important aspect of being, independently owned or family owned.
At this manufacturing facility, we produce a total of 10 products. In those 10 products, there's 24 different packaging configurations, or SKUs. Our primary focus from inception has always been to use the highest possible ingredients that we can. All of our products really have been tailored for one thing, and that is any dog, big or small, young or old, we want to help them lead a happier, healthier life.
The mission of Canine Power is to create products that cater to the very specific needs of dogs. And so we want to make a product that is good for any dog, big or small, young or old. And my mission is to make sure that we get that message out there to the people, and we educate them as to what the benefits of pet supplements are.
Well, Jerry, it certainly appears that Canine Power is creating some of the most effective products in the marketplace. Congratulations, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. For Modern Living, I'm Kathy Ireland. Thank you for watching.